Now, listen, you guys, I blame the internet for making losers like Lil Mama believe that if they want a punching bag, if they want somebody to troll without facing any consequences, the right person to do it to is Nicki Minaj. Because why is this lip gloss person salty over Nicki Minaj winning an award that she does not even care for? We're going to be talking about Rickross and Drake, Tia, 50 Cent trolling him over the plight that he faced in Canada. Now, we're also going to be talking about Deb and Nicki Minaj possibly making up. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. Now, first of all, let us talk about Lil Mama and this entire Nicki Minaj situation. Now, if this is not proof that people are salty over Nicki Minaj unprovoked, I do not know what is. Because tell me why Lil Mama is so worked up over Nicki Minaj winning a BET award. An award that she did not even acknowledge, an award that clearly she doesn't even care for, an award from a board that has continuously disrespected her. Why is she so worked up over that? And you guys, anyway, before I, go further, I would just like to apologize in advance. If you do hear me calling Lil Mama Lil Kim, mistakenly, accidentally calling her that, I apologize, okay? It's a genuine mistake because let's not act like this girl is very talked about. She's the most untalked about female rapper in history, in my own opinion. Okay, Lil Mama. So I'm sorry if I do interchangeably accidentally, use Lil Kim instead of Lil Mama. She's that irrelevant, okay? Because let's be honest, how many times do we talk about her here? Sometimes we even forget that she exists. So my apologies for that, in advance. She needs to talk about other people for us to even talk about her. But anyway, so what happened is that there is this TikTok account, you guys, on, that talks about rap in general. They claim that they are Christian, and I think they are also a rapper. So they are well known for being a critique for hip hop, and especially modern day hip hop, because they do feel like, well, they misrepresent, the black culture a lot. They feel like, well, if it's the women, they're always talking about their hoo-ha. If it's the men, they're always talking about, weapons. So they are always criticizing rap on that regards, and I'm not faulting them for their criticism or anything like that. So recently, after the BETs, they were basically criticizing the performances by the females. We all know that majority of the performers at the BETs were women, and we do all know that a lot of these female rap galleys, they do prioritize popping their hoo-ha and practicing their coochie popping more than practicing rapping or even writing. Do you understand what I'm saying? And honestly, that analogy, I'm not against it. If you have been following me for a long time, you know how I feel about people who prioritize shaking their behind over perfecting their rapping craft. Because I mean, if we only wanted to see people shaking their behind, we would go to strip clubs. We wouldn't wait for you to do it at the BETs. The fact that, well, you are at the BETs and we want music means that, well, we want music. And if you decide to shake your hoo-ha and you're behind during the process of you actually rapping, well, that's for you. We're not against that either. And for the record, you guys, I do not look at Nicki Minaj as somebody who prioritizes hoo-ha popping more than rapping. That girl writes, okay? And if you know anything about a catalog, you do know that a catalog is not centered around coochie popping. You know that by now, okay? So that's what this guy was basically talking about, okay? Talking about the performances of the female rap galleys at the BETs. And in came this irrelevant lip gloss girl, bringing in Nicki Minaj's name, unprovoked, when you could tell that this man was not talking about Nicki Minaj at all. So this entire lip gloss person came in and said, then gave Nicki an award for leading this pack. Corporate bars be going over our head. They laughing at us for sure. And then this person, the author then said, facts, I thank God that you are different and that I'ma always have your back. Okay? And so honestly speaking, what was the reason of bringing in Nicki Minaj when she's not even mentioned? You cannot be saying Nicki Minaj in the same sentence with this women, because if one thing you're not going to do is play on Nicki Minaj's pen, because Nicki Minaj can perform fully clad. I mean, have you been seeing her tour lately? She doesn't need to be unclad. She doesn't need to shake her behind for her to command a reaction from the audience. So the fact that she sat on there and said that is insane to me. Okay. And another person said, I must say, Lil Kim, the Queen Beast, led first. Nicki Minaj came after. And this is where you realize that this is fake concern for the, culture or anything like that. This is just pure hating BS, okay? Because in one breath, these people like to say that Lil Kim is the blueprint, okay? And then when it's anything negative attached to that, they like to say, well, it's Nicki Minaj. So in their heads on a normal day, when it's being praised that, well, there are multiple female rappers now, they like to say, well, Lil Kim came first, Nicki Minaj gate-kept everything. So it's Lil Kim, Cardi B, and then the rest. That's what they like to say. That's the hierarchy they like to put out there. But when it's something negative, obviously it has to be Nicki Minaj. It's absurd at this point. So after this fan clogged her, this is when she said, keyword, this pack. These young women are not influenced by Kim. Nicki influenced by Kim. These women are 23. What major musical prostitute? You guys, did you hear that? Musical prostitute. Do you remember from the last 15 years? Who do you think they watched corporate give a platform and flowers for slitting out? I guess she wanted to say the word. Be for real. Like I said, they are laughing at us. And the award was a thanks to you. Now we have 7, 8, and 9 of them. The audacity of this lip gloss girl to say this about Nicki Minaj, like calling her musical prostitute and things like that. And you guys, the annoying thing is, if Nicki Minaj responds and gathers this girl, of course she will be labeled the beta granny, this and that. That's what they do best. So it's very funny to me when I see that. When you look at the girls who were performing on stage, they all like to say, well, Lil Kim is their influence. They like to say they grew up, listening to Lil Kim, and they do it so that they can't seem to discredit Nicki Minaj. So now that it's negativity attached, all of a sudden Nicki Minaj influenced them. But when it's something positive, it's Lil Kim. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyway, Bongo 2 performed there. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the host performed there, and the host recently said that Lil Kim was an influence in that interview that she did with Shannon Sharp. That's what she said. Okay. And if you look at Bongo 2 and how she does her things, you can clearly tell that that's different from Nicki Minaj. If anything, Nicki Minaj was known for being animated more than being a sex symbol. Like, that's just the truth. Okay, so honestly speaking, it's very insane. I think Lottery Ticket is the one that actually did admit that Nicki Minaj was an influence. And if we're gonna be fair, looking at Lottery Ticket's writing and things like that, she just doesn't have an identity. But in as far as being a rapper and actually writing, she can actually write. Lottery Ticket can write, and she clearly says Nicki Minaj is her inspiration. And then let us look at Paprika Spice. Well, that one is a lost cause that I'm not even going to talk about, okay? And let us look at who else. Cousin Sloth has never said Nicki Minaj was an influence. If we're going to talk about the Transformer has clearly said Lil Kim is an influence. And when you look at all these other new rap girlies, they say Lil Kim. And so now I'm just like, so when it's negative, it's Nicki Minaj, but when it's positive, it's Lil Kim. Like, you're saying Lil Kim is the blueprint, but no, we're not going to, hold her accountable for anything. It has to be Nicki Minaj. It has to be Nicki Minaj. And in another breath, you guys like to come out here and say that, well, the Transformer opened doors for these women. And like Amon Wiggins said, the other episode, I greatly agree with him. The Transformer opened the doors for talentless people who can shake their behind to come in. That is not a Nicki Minaj problem. Okay? That is absolutely not a Nicki Minaj problem, okay? Because the Transformer came in with a big behind, okay? Being, ambiguous. And you guys applauded her for reciting. How is that Nicki Minaj's fault? Honestly, I don't want to hear anybody complaining if, this girl gets clogged by Nicki Minaj. I don't want to hear that, okay? And then so the person said, I'm saying it started there. Pay respects. Nicki took the baton and ran with it. It used to be options. Now chicks I think they wanted to say think, selling sex is the only option. And there are many musical W's and the labels are the pimps. And then she said, I agree there. We are definitely option in style and content. It's all love. God is the greatest, and these women are going to wake up and realize that they are worth more than any price tag. Sometimes we can't see ourselves. We're just living so I can under how this I don't know what that is, how this can happen and feel normal. I don't know what she wanted to say with that. But anyway, so that's basically what she had to say. And another person also said to her that, if you had been invited to the BET Awards to perform, you would have went. Okay. And, she said, that's your response to what conversation again? Are you saying that I would have been performing and selling behind too, or just performing? Now, first of all, this shows that this person doesn't even know, this lip gloss girl does not even know Nicki Minaj's catalog, because majority of her hits at her peak, they were not even, sexual at all. So I don't understand where this fake I care for the culture, concern for the culture thing is coming from. It's clearly coming from a salty place. Now stay in your place. I mean, what right do you have to talk about anything when, the last stage you touched ever was that stage that you crushed? Okay, with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. That's the only time you touched the stage. And this woman you're trying to call a musical prostitute is out there on a sold-out world tour. The audacity to do that. You don't have lyrical substance. What lyrical substance do you have? Lip glosses, really? Like, man, go away from here. It's not Nicki Minaj's fault that you got blackballed by that man from Bot Nation. It's got nothing to do with her. And if you're going to hold people accountable, keep the same energy for everybody. You can't be out there excluding your favorites and wanting the smoke with Nicki Minaj. Like, make it make sense. Honestly, it's very annoying. And the disrespect is very annoying also. But anyway, you guys, let me know in the comment section what you think about that. Now, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we are going to talk about Nicki Minaj and Miss Deb. Now, you do know that yesterday there was a little bit of tension between the two of them over that Lil Kim situation, when Miss Deb was out there saying that, well, Nicki Minaj she made it seem like Nicki Minaj had sent her to negotiate with Lil Kim over reconciliation. And Nicki Minaj clarified that and said that, oh, well, I really did not say that. You did that by yourself. Why did you leave out the most important thing and things like that? And Deb went ahead, posted a quote, and some people are claiming that Deb is always posting quotes like that all the time. Now, it seems like Nicki Minaj responded to a comment on her post on Instagram when she was out there talking about going on hiatus and saying that, well, I will catch you in 2023. And people were in her comment section saying that, oh, why would you go? Don't do that. And Nicki Minaj jokingly said that, well, thank Lil Debbie. Deb refused to let me grow up. She thinks I'm a kid. Her kid at that, I'm grown, okay? So, like, for anybody who knows Nicki Minaj, it seems like it's all love between the two of them. It seems like they made up, maybe behind the scenes, and I think, it's now peace between the two of them. But that being said, you guys, let me know in the comment section what you think about the issue that happened between the two of them at first, because I don't like people who gaslight people and then act like they are the victim. So if those things were directed at Nicki Minaj, I'm side-eyeing that Deb manager. I am side-eyeing, okay? But if that was a coincidence, then, well, it is what it is, okay? So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about that. And the next thing that we are going to be talking about, you guys, Italy show. It seems like Nicki Minaj's show in Italy is sold out. I mean, congratulations to Nicki Minaj for being able to sell out Italy like that. Now, it is also being reported that, well, an Italian female rapper, Anna, will be a guest performer for Nicki Minaj's headlining show at Fiera Milano. Now, I don't know who this girl is. I will definitely check her out. Does any one of you know who this girl is? Okay, let us know in the comment section if you have been listening to her before this entire situation. Okay, and the next thing that we are going to be talking about, you guys, it seems like Scarp is out there not feeling you guys overly criticizing her. Okay, not feeling us criticizing her outfit, because yesterday I was one of the people who were out there saying that, well, they don't understand where the outfit was coming from. So she said, trust me, I know y'all don't look at the pictures, and I know y'all don't look at the pictures and think I don't think the same thing that y'all thinking. Somebody dislikes me very bad, and secretly it's so evident. And so she was basically laughing off that entire outfit of hers. And then she was also saying at least the makeup is good, because it was also the wig, it was a mess. Okay. And here's the thing about Scarlett, she does that thing sometimes, but I look at her talk and I just cannot find it in my heart to dislike her. Like, I just don't find it in my heart to take anything that she says seriously, because to me there's something there, you guys. I know I'm not the only one who sees it. There's something with Scarlett, you guys, that makes it hard for me to take anything that she says that seriously. You know, there's a wire somewhere there that I just see in her mannerisms when she talks. You guys know, let me know in the comments. Do you see that with Scarlett as well? Because she does daddery things, but then I look at her and I'm not saying this to be shady, you guys, but like when I say that she does give me slow vibes, I'm not being shady, but I'm actually being for real. And that makes it hard for me to take her seriously or to be annoyed by her. I find myself laughing at a lot of the things that she's out there doing majority of the time. So let me know, you guys, in the comment section what you think about that. And the next thing that we are going to be talking about, Taraji. Yesterday we spoke about how Taraji was out there trying to flirt and stuff like that. And it seems like Kid Lee was not feeling it, because, well, he had a little post and delete, and basically it was a video of him throwing the rose that Taraji gave him onto the ground. He said, our name will be known in every room it's supposed to be, when it's supposed to be, how it's supposed, with no confusion. God is amazing. Thankful. Okay. And so that was basically him, I guess, getting annoyed at Taraji. But listen, Taraji is not my favorite person on earth, but I think Kid Lee did the most with that entire video of him throwing the roses away and things like that. I get you felt disrespected. I get your wife was there, but the rose throwing thing was a little bit too much. Now, moving on to somebody who has done something beautiful, Chris Brown. So Chris Brown allegedly refunded, a fan's meet and greet, and then, gave her an additional $10,000 on the side. Okay, so this is somebody who had paid $1,000 to meet Chris Brown, for his famous meets and greets. Okay, and he gave her back the money, and also gave her $10,000 on top. And according to several reports, this is a long-term fan, and they had interacted before, and the fan had promised Chris Brown that, well, they will be going to college, and they will basically come back to show him after they graduated. So we love to see positivity like that. That is such an amazing positive deed from Chris Brown. Now, the last thing that I'm going to be talking about, Drake, Tia Kemp, and 50 Cent are on Rickross's neck. Why you guys out there, mocking this man like that? Obviously, in usual 50 Cent style, anything Rickross related and it's in a negative way, 50 Cent will always be there to talk his ish, okay? So I will insert a video of 50 Cent trolling the behind out of Rickross. It was so hilarious. And at the same time, Tia Kemp and Drake were out there also tag teaming on Rickross, okay? Tia Kemp, obviously, you guys do know that, well, she has her own thing going on with Rickross. I don't know, they've got their co-parenting issues. And so Drake posted a picture and said, custom design, find rhymes into salary all the way from TUT to the Van City All-Stars, okay? And Tia Kemp went in and said Drake and put some emoji there, and Drake said, my God. Drake is so petty, you guys. Drake is so petty, and Tia is also so petty. So I was just looking at that and I'm like, this is insane. And then Rickross said pedo versus granny at Champagne Papi, okay? And at this point, I'm just like, this is the battle of the trolls. May the best troll win at this point, okay? I will insert that little 50-cent snippet. And thank you very much, you guys, for watching. And do not forget to subscribe. And until my next one, see you.
Very unfortunate situation that took place in Canada, and I want to say to everyone, you know, that I hope that that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world, you know. That part where the young guy went like, he did this little move and shit and got knocked the fuck out, like right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp. And he might need to go get the Dream Chasers or the 305 Killers. Hey guys, you know.